How much did you know about Larry before taking on this role?
I knew what I read in the book, but you know, since we've now, you know, it's been over 2 years. Yeah. I've gotten to know Larry much more intimately, and you know, we've sat down and had some great conversations, and yeah, it's interesting. I know him in a different way now, and you know, a lot of my assumptions about Larry, some of them were right and some of them were not right.
Now that you're watching this, and as we said again, it is veering away from reality and from where the book went, is there somewhere that you would like to see the show go and somewhere that you would like to see the character of Larry go? You know, what would you like to happen between he and Piper?
I have a couple scenarios in my head. Laverne Cox gets out of prison, has a passionate fling with Larry Bloom, you know, some sort of justice, that would be fun.
Yep.
Or maybe Piper and Larry get back together. I'm a little bit romantic. I think there's a lot of love that they have for each other, and I think that all relationships are complicated. When you have your relationship on the other side of prison bars, it's extra complicated. So.
And do you watch the show, by the way? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you? Let me ask it this way: are you one of those people that the moment that it's all out there and available, you binge, or do you take your time?
We do about 3 a night.
3 a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I watch the show like a fan, and as the show goes on, I'm watching somebody else's lives. I'm as curious as anybody to find out what's going to happen.
I'm sure you're sick of being asked about things like American Pie, but for me, you know, I loved all those movies when I was really young, and I feel like we don't see those same kind of ensemble cast movies for teens that we used to during kind of those like late 90s, early 2000s, and there were so many of them that were so popular. And why do you think that is? I mean, what happened? You know, it's kind of the MTV generation. Or
yeah, there's a bit of that. You know, I wonder if. You know, there's, first of all, especially for that demographic, you know, there's now so much more, you know, the internet has really like provided so much more distraction. And I also think, you know, teenagers especially have kind of been anesthetized to like, to a lot. So, you know, American Pie was risque for its time. I mean, if you, you know, people still find the movie. You know, fans have, you know, younger people have come up to me and be like, oh man, I just saw the movie for the first time and I love it. But it's not like it was then. It wasn't, you know, then it was like, whoa, he put his penis in what? You know, now it's like, oh yeah, sure. You know, of course he did. So I don't know. I mean, that's one theory, I guess, but, I don't know. I loved those.
The internet has changed our shock value.
I think, and it's changed our consumption in general. That's for sure. I mean, you know, I think these things are also cyclical. Certainly, you know, there was, you know, those teen movies of the '80s that, you know, the Fast Times at Ridgemont High and the Porky's and then there was the late '90s versions, and you know, we'll get the next versions maybe.
The sex scenes are also a privilege, and we have to see it that way. If it's written by great people, these people that write the show are really smart. We can trust them.